Morning guys, and welcome to Tackle Well Rockhampton headquarters. What I thought I'd do this morning for you guys, obviously you've seen probably my post from the Rocky Barra Bounty where Tackle Well Rocky competed last week in the Bounty for 2017. So I won't bore you too much with the placings and where we come and what we did. But what I thought I'd do is run you through my number one setup and the lures that I got my fish on last week. It's no coincidence that I got all my fish on the one rod and reel combo. It is a fantastic little combo and it's definitely my go-to. It's quite versatile. So what I'll do is I'll show you through it. So the rod itself is the Samaki Zing Extreme. So this one here is the 702 SMH, so medium to heavy action rod. Zing Extreme sits just that price point above your Samaki Zing Gen 2s. Fantastic little rod. Now this little rod, I predominantly use it for all my prawn imitations, but during the weekend, because I had to minimise the amount of rods that I was running because there was the two of us fishing in the one boat, I used it also for my vibing applications and it turned out to be an absolute ripper. I managed to get 2 fish on the first day vibing. So the beauty of the rod is because it's a medium to heavy action, it's got quite a flimsy tip. So what it allows you to do is it allows you to be able to work your vibes and work that prawn imitation with minimal effort into your wrist, because when you're vibing and using your wrist for a whole day, it can be quite taxing. So fantastic little action for that. It's got enough grunt down low to be able to tangle with some of those barras. Obviously the last fish I got on the last day was the 118. That was caught on this also. So it's more than capable of catching solid barramundi. It's a 10 to 17 pound rod. I run 20 pound over it. Obviously you just got to be really careful when matching your gear to the line, that you don't high stick it or overload the rod, causing it to snap or explode. So that's the rod, Samaki Zing Extreme. The reel is a Shimano Stratic CI4 4000. Absolutely my favourite reel out of my whole range of Shimano reels that I have across the board. Really, really light. Like I said, when you're vibing and using prawn imitations all day, it can be quite taxing on your wrist and your arm. So the Shimano Stratic CI4 was sat really pretty to be able to match this Zing Extreme for those long sessions, hopping prawn imitations and vibes. So beautiful little reel, matches it really, really well. So next, I'll show you through the days what lures we ran. We ran heaps and heaps of lures. We had a massive wall of shame, as we call it, because there was northwesterlies blowing. The conditions were quite poor for chasing barras. So to get them to chew, we had to really cycle through and try to find what these guys are going to have a bite at. So the first day, got both of my fish running vibes. So I got both of them. First fish was on the Samaki Vibalicious Thumper Tail. So the Thumper Tail's got quite a different tail to the traditional fork tail. Right, I ran in the 125mm. I usually run a smaller profile, but just thought I'd give a bigger profile a crack. And although I took a lot of coaching, I got the 78, I think it was, the first fish of the whole session. The new Samakis have been upgraded with the BKK hooks. Absolutely fantastic, strong, sharp, and they've also got the owner rings on them. Never had any issues with straightening, anything stayed pinned. Especially when they're in a reaction bite sort of mood. Those hooks, you want the stickiest hooks you can possibly get, because 9 times out of 10 you're whacking them in the side of the jaw. Second fish is caught on just the traditional Samaki Vibalicious, obviously with the upgraded BKKs and owner rings. Smaller profile this time. I decided to change it up as the 125 wasn't enticing any bites. Both were actually caught on this new colour from Samaki, which is the Midori mullet. Why, I don't know. I don't usually go for leery colours, but it has a beautiful contrast, that silver through it, and it got the bite. So at the end of the day, whatever gets the bite is whatever you're going to use. Now last but not least, a couple of days through, obviously we did a lot of prawn imitations. Cycling through, in different situations to deep snags, rigged weedless, hopping through them, and also hopping through the schools using them also. So this one, the Dakota live shrimp, rigged with the West Day Stinger rig with the BKK and the fast hatch clip, a video that I showed you guys, I think it was mid last year, and a TT Headlocks 7.0 jig head. So that's the one that got the big girl, the 118. I love using these lures, as you know. A lot of my fish are caught on these. They're such a versatile lure, you can work it in a couple of different ways, just depending on how they're feeding and what they're interested in. As you can see, she's pretty towed up. The old fast hatch clip, you know, for those who doubted the strength of the fast hatch clip, that's a 118 Barra. It's bent that, but it's held strong. Caught it right in the corner of the mouth. Great lure, very versatile. As you can see, I've got a bit of a green tinge to the tail. I like to run a bit of a contrast through it. Obviously, it's a nicely coloured lure, quite natural. But what I do is I use the dip and glow, and I find that gives it a little bit of contrast. So in this case, it was the green dip and glow. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much the gear that I ran for the whole weekend. That rod, like I said, caught 100% of my fish. I cycled through bait casters and stuff, but always seem to go back to that CI4 Zing Extreme outfit that I run. So guys, that's it. Great bounty. Thanks for all the support and all the positive comments from the wrap up of the bounty. Both Ben and I are pretty stoked, and Jeff also is the owner of Tackle World here in Rocky. So by all means, drop in, come and say good day, have a yarn to us about, you know, techniques, have a yarn to us about what we use, and we'd be more than happy to help you guys. So until next time, take care, tight line.